And of course, BZM has already shown us today how great he could be on the Pangolier. That game one, quite a showing from him on his mid Pango. Let's see if Fnatic will have the chance of shutting him down this time.
This should be a pretty fun one. Some long duration or long cooldowns on OG. I feel like Fnatic, they do have a really fast-paced draft. They could take advantage of that.
What is what they see here? Sitting under the tier 2 tower. They got him. That was very nice there with that vision set up. They see him chilling under the tier 2. They'll dive in and take him out.
Got to give respect to that one. Nice play there from Fnatic. Immediately going to kill their ward too. DJ's like, nope, we're not going to give you guys anything out of it.
Very heads-up play there for Fnatic to start the game off.
Who got the last hit too? It was Armel, right? So already off to a good start in the mid lane. Going to have that quick null to start off, I believe, if he wants to go for it.
And when you sort of see the sort of heroes that Armel's going to be up against this time, is this going to be a game where, you know, with a good start, he's going to be zooming all over the place, they're going to struggle to deal with him? And how's the sort of the catch and kill potential against a Kotl that gets a farm start? It's
really hard, actually, with their heroes. It's going to be a lot of pressure on BZM to be able to match the early movements of Armel. Because if you look at the rest of their heroes, how do they get on top of him? Jakiro, Enigma, Tidehunter, these heroes are not going to do that. It's not going to be the Morphling who looks to get them out of an early game with Armel moving around. So it could be a game where Armel is able to just completely take over with these rotations.
I mean, and an excellent game, of course, last time from the mid. In that game too, Kunkka performance was perfect.
Yeah. The boots of travel timing is going to be one of those like 6 to 8 minutes that we've seen so commonly on these Coddles. And yeah, pressuring side lanes. Like we mentioned, it's a bit of a greedy style from OG again, going for the Tide and the Enigma and the Morphling on top. So it does feel like Fnatic, they could really take advantage of that. See how BZM does though, mid. Already off to a much better start than the last game. 3-3 to the 2-1.
Of course, last game we did see, you know, the struggles very much for Tiger on his Enigma to find the opportunities to get the big black holes. This game, how sort of easy is it for him to find those chances to get in?
It's a lot easier. He only really has to play into the tree route later on once he does have the BKB. The only thing is, he does have to be careful because at some points early, depending on how big the Armel Coddle is, he literally can just run around and he doesn't even need to be this one to cancel the black hole. They might just snowball, get these kills and just group up and push with the Coddle behind healing. And Enigma can just get one-shotted. That's what we've seen from these Coddles so much if you are able to just be that zoomy monster versus these slow heroes.
Seeing the mid BZM starting to take huge amounts of damage here from Armel. Lining up the blast. He has got his bottle on his way out, BZM.
It gets harder and harder.
It really does for any sort of melee hero. You're going to be consistently under threat against the spam from the Kotl. See bottom. CS so far here for Raven 8 and 0 against the 9 and 0. Both cores, either side getting an equal amount out of this.
I think Jabs will probably suffer the most out of it. Yeah. It's going to start becoming a lot more difficult for him to step up versus the harassment of these two ranged heroes. Unsure if DJ is going to be able to offset it, but we shall see.
And in terms of, you know, from the offlane, what kind of build-up do you imagine we'll get from Jabs? Is it going to be another game where he's the one going for the Vessel?
Yeah, I'd imagine it's just the Vessel. Yeah. Let's see what else it could be. Vessel, maybe like a Fuels or something, throw in along those lines if he feels they need a little bit more control. They're getting Yaragi. A lot of damage.
Getting very, very low there yet again. In the mid, of course, Armel continuing to pretty much not miss out on a single creep. Easily farming each and every wave with the blasts.
So they should have, on Fnatic, they should have two lanes that go very well for them, right? Raven, I don't believe they can pressure him at all with Enigma Tidehunter. They'll be able to deny some of these, a little bit of the farm with just the conversions, but won't be able to pressure him too much in terms of last hits. Amar, he'll be able to farm down here nicely, though.
Yeah, not really a hero that Fnatic's going to be able to kill in return. This Tide, once he has a few levels, very hard for these two to make moves upon.
Look at Armel. Holding the creep wave so they can blast the small camp and try to deny it away from BZM.
Lining up things very, very nicely as he stays pretty much over a full creep wave ahead of that of the farm of BZM. Bottom, they're trying to go for Tiger. The lead in with the slows. Raven closing in.
Yes, TB.
Is he going to be able to get out in time? He will. Tiger out of there, making the correct call. As Fnatic, they'll continue to do this. Now that the levels are there, if Tiger gets close, they'll go straight for the Enigma.
They tend to do this also whenever they have the double melee, whenever they're playing with
top lane,
Korean.
Yuragi caught very, very low with a sleight of fist. Jabs takes him out. We'll see it again here on the replay. Shifted a pretty low on the HP. On that strength, it's a level 2 sleight of fist.
Oh, it just clips him on the edge of that too. Nice play from DJ.
Got to play it a little safer up there.
Oh,
he's got back into the lane. They've got the setup once more. Yuragi, as soon as he heads into the lane there, returns to Sorian Farm with the TP in. He gets brought very, very low once again. He's really got to be careful against these two, especially now the levels are there for Jabs and DJ.
And I thought potentially this would be a lane that he'd be doing very well in, but I guess the Bushwhack just keeps catching him off guard low. Yuragi does have to be careful. Armel already 6. Dominance is now going to start. BZM also hitting the 6 though at a decent time.
I think BZM's going to have to be very ready for sort of the TPs, the movements towards the top. You know, Fnatic continue to play as aggressive they are in towards Yuragi. It's indeed on the CS. Yuragi getting the least out of the lanes.
DJ has a bracer. That's cool.
With these extra bit of stats, making him much less of an appealing target for the two of them.
Yeah, that's very different. This just does want to be a little bit tankier, not have to keep bringing out all the regen constantly. Very cool. Jabs, he will go for boots this time, so not going for the Vessel just yet. They are able to apply a lot of pressure on this Morphling from what we've seen. Slow hero, whenever the lane is pushed, throwing all the spells onto him is working nicely. DJ, now going to check the runes, trying to prevent BZM from getting that power rune. Is BZM going to get lucky?
Let's have a look. I'm out.
Balance.
Line up a blast, so BZM goes for this. It will take a lot of damage, and as it is, it will spawn top. It is an invis room. Might give DJ the chance to set up for a kill. Bottom lane.
See it in bottom.
See the move in. Again, this is the target they'll always go for. They find Tiger. They're straight in on top of him. He can't do anything to save himself. But look at this setup. DJ with the invis waiting on the high ground. Getting a huge catch there on BZM. He was having a pretty decent time in the mid lane, but getting tripped up by the invis hoodwink.
DJ is a menace these last 2 games, just really putting the attention onto BZM. Be it his arrows from the first one or from the second one with the Mirana.
Yep.
Or just sneaking. I mean, these sneaky plays.
Yeah, this game already being the setup for a big kill on Yuragi in the early game, and now on towards BZM. They've got to be prepared for DJ making moves up and down the map and looking for that bushwhack setup.
And for Armel making moves around the map, he has Boots of Travel finished, level 8 already on the Keeper of the Light.
No, he's farmed. He's hitting the timings that he'd hoped for here.
They might even need a lane ward top. Okay, they do have the lane ward, because he could just TP up there and get a blast from tree line, and Yuragi's just dead. And I'm already seeing Armel TPing up. I think it's really high potential for Yuragi to just die in one shot.
See if Yuragi's ready for this. Armel into position from the side. Here's the blast. It's going to be a fair bit of damage. Yuragi,
he's gone.
He's gone. Armel, beautiful movement here from him as Yuragi not ready for him to come and make that play off the back of that quick box timing. As Yuragi taken out of the map again and continued to be held behind all the other cores in the game.
And look at this. He gives mid to the DJ Hoodwink, and he's already got a double or triple stack ready for Armel.
Yeah, they're playing this once again. Very, very nice this early game from Fnatic. We saw it from them in game 2, and this game 3 looking to be off to another hot start.
And they actually don't have to go for the Vessel onto the Ember. He can go for more carry style items because Armel already has Earn done on his way toward Vessel. So the build that we've seen popularized by 9 a lot is going to be the choice from Armel. Forgot about it for a second, actually, that they go for it every single time on these cuddles. That's going to be problematic.
See around the mid, Seb, he's turned up, but Jabs and DJ, they're here ready to try and deal with him. BZM, he's not going to opt to get involved in this one, as Armel turns over with a blast, a 4th kill for him. We've seen it many times, the mid-cot will get out of control. Already 8 minutes in, he is in a perfect trajectory here, Armel. He's getting the exact start that he would want, and these moves, they're not going to stop. They're going to look for Amar. He's already getting in underneath the tier 1 tower. The 3 of them ready to set up on the Tide. We'll see if Amar can play his way out of this one. The stun into the blast. Has he got any further escape? He's caught in the Nature's Grasp. He's going to try for the TP out. Is he out? No,
he's not.
The damage is there from Raven and the Phantasm. Fnatic picking up another 7-0.
Armel's out of control already. 5,200 net worth.
What's going on here? A little bit of LOLing in the chat here between Jabs and Amar. Getting a little bit spicy here in the early game. That's Fnatic.
It's a killer early game. This laning phase is disastrous for OG.
I think, as you said before, eyes are going to be on towards what BZM can do as the Pango. They need him to alleviate some of this pressure that Fnatic's applying in all 3 lanes. His moves are going to be crucial once that Diffusal Blade's done. He's just a recipe away from it right now.
They keep preventing him from getting runes, too. They took the DD bottom when that whole situation was happening when they killed Seb. Armel's going to have the Vessel done any moment now, so... Versus that Morph, Yuragi, they're going to have so many different ways to kill this Morphling.
It's a tough game for Yuragi so far. 3 deaths. I think the last time we saw him, he didn't die at all. They'll look for the setup. He's able to start building up the strength, the break and the blast. Not enough damage. Yuragi this time will live.
They can't protect him at all, though. And now top tower likely to get brought down, and now the Vessel is going to be done. Okay, they'll lift the wave, so stall it out for a moment. But that next situation, there's going to be a Vessel on that Morphling, and he'll die from the blast as well as the Hoodwink connection. Where's the rune going to be? BZM, again, it spawns on the opposite side.
Trying to get over to contest this from Jabs, but Jabs will grab it and get away.
Gives him the high 5 as well.
OG, their strength will be around their ultimates. And when it comes to sort of hitting the 6s on Tiger, they can get in and find some sort of combo between the Ravage, the Black Hole, and the Rolling Thunder. It's a lot of lockdown.
It is very cooldown dependent, though, and we've seen already, Fnatic, they're not going to be playing around much cooldowns. Armel, Vessel's done. It's already out on top of him. Top tower going to go down as well. And Raven, he's top of the board with that Coddle, getting the free farm down bottom.
See what they can get down here. Already TP's coming in from Fnatic.
They're moving so well around the map, just reading the plays from OG.
See if DJ can get the catch. He's looking for the setup. Pushback's going to be off the mark, and here's the Rolling Thunder from BZM. Heading over towards DJ, but actually the ult from DJ pushing him back to safety.
And there's a root.
He's going to turn his attention over towards Raven and connects with the first Rolling Thunder. They're trying to dive in for this, but Armel, he's already come in, taken out Tiger. They've got the stun control onto Amar and BZM. Another blast from
Look at Armel
cutting through Seb, as Seb will get into the trees to hide, but he's sticking solo here to the Spirit Vessel. Another change from Jabs, holds back BZM. They'll pop the Ravage. He
clips him.
Catch the 2 of them. They're looking over towards Armel, waveform forward, but Armel, he's
still alive.
Raven gets the control onto BZM. It's 2 kills here for Fnatic, and they're not done yet. Over to Amar, Remnant 4 from Jabs. He's trying to block off the escape.
They want more.
Yuragi body blocks him into the chains, jumps to the high ground. He's on top of Seb. 3 dead on OG. As OG just cannot take anything away from Fnatic here. Fnatic just crushing them each and every time. And that point we saw, OG, they wanted to try and set up for some sort of team fight. Fnatic just come in. Armel immediately removing Tiger from the fight. And OG, they just can't deal with the amount of damage Fnatic can freely throw at them.
3,000 damage from the Coddle in that last fight.
And no surprise here, hitting some net worth records from Armel on his start that he's had this game with the Coddle, 5-0-3.
And something we haven't even gotten to touch on is a build that he can go for versus a Morphling that is probably one of the best ones you can, one of the best items, an E-Blade. If he's able to get it because of the changes that E-Blade works, it uses the stats of your opponent that you use it on. So a Morphling who is fully on Agi, that could be pretty brutal as well for the burst damage that we've already seen be so successful. 11-0, Armel out of control.
Yeah, Fnatic as a whole just crushing it again. They had a rough game 1, but game 2 and now into this game 3, Fnatic playing at a pace that OG just struggling to deal with here on the main stage. Tiger has got his eyes set on Armel, but Armel has got backup connecting with him. Jabs ready to make the move on towards Tiger. There's the pushback setup from DJ. Tiger's gone.
It's just easy for them to make these moves across the map because they have so much different setup. OG just very cooldown reliant. Don't have easy ways to just stun and kill somebody besides just BZM, who's being toyed with.
He even knows himself that he cannot commit onto Jabs, has to swashbuckle away from the pushback from DJ. Seb trying to line up an opportunity, but again, another round of the slight chains and the Vessel. BZM's in trouble. He's going to pop the Rolling Thunder just to survive and get out of it. The Slider Fist nearly killing him. BZM having to roll back to base.
And look at Jabs' item build. Maybe the first time ever we're going to see a Vlad's Ember Spirit into a Wraith Pact, but I mean, this item,
he's going to be able to get it at very good timing, especially if he continues to find the kills and the involvement that he's had. Now around the mid, Fnatic.
They're just diving.
They're ready to push for objective. They're going to try and charge down BZM. BZM hasn't got the Thunder. It's still on cooldown. We'll be able to swashbuckle up to the high ground, but the blast hits as well as the stun. BZM, he's going to be going down as Armel, unstoppable on the Keeper of the Light.
Good God. They literally, like, BZM shows for 1 second, and immediately they just dive right past the tower to get on top of him. They know that BZM is the only way for OG back in this game. So if they just keep killing him, OG just has no way to impact the map. 13-0, Armel goes top immediately afterwards. Kaya's done. It's totally out of hand here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
See Raven, very likely to have his BKB ready for the next fight, just a recipe away. Once that's done, very little that OG can do to kill him through it. Again, pressure on Tiger to make big moves. He's picked up the Blink Dagger. They've got to have some insane Black Hole once more. They need to have that if they're going to have any chance of turning these team fights. Fnatic are taking him out each and every time. And as you said yourself already, he might just get caught by a blast and die.
He could just die to a blast slight, like just literally random things being thrown on the ground, even like a Nature's Grasp as well too.
It's so hard here for OG. Fnatic, ooh, and DJ. Find the bushwhack.
They get the chains.
BZM, he's going to get burst from a distance here. Fnatic.
My God.
I mean, the DJ just with these catches, getting OG caught out of position each and every time. Well, not really out of position, behind these towers. DJ's constantly hunting. Another bushwhack as OG will have to bring Amar back away from the front of this. They cannot get a fight together, OG, especially when they're a man down in this sort of situation.
Look at how fast. They're immediately moving. They know that, as you're saying, there's no response from OG. If BZM is dead, they can't do anything. Very impressive. Level 14 about to be up for Coddle, for Armel. Max Solar Bind. And yeah, E-Blade on the horizon very soon. About 1,000 more gold. How's the Manta looking for Yuragi? It's still so far away.
It really is. And very hard, even to try and make moves onto a support here. John Well, more than safe, especially with the tier 1 tower still up. And of course, the global movements that Fnatic can offer up with their cores, with Armel and his bots, he's ready to turn up to every single engagement. OG, they'll smoke up. They want to try and get something done here with the Blink on Tiger.
Have to catch Armel.
Here we go. There's the jump. Malefice into the black hole. No messing around as they look to burst through him, but he's pretty tanky. Will go down. OG get the kill, but they're probably going to lose heroes for it. As Raven pulls in BZM, takes him out as well as Tiger. OG, they get the kill, but of course at this stage, if they commit for some action like that, they're going to lose heroes themselves, as they lose 2 for that effort.
It's a move they have to make. They have to try to make some space for Yuragi to get this Manta. So slowing down the Coddle, slowing down that E-Blade, very important, so that the Morphling can potentially get Manta, so he doesn't just get one shot in every single fight. Small gain, but something necessary that OG needs to do. Don't think Fnatic's too fussed about it.
I don't think so at all. I mean, Yuragi was having some space to push onto the tier 1, but of course with John Well on the tree, and that tower is going to be healed back up. Very hard for OG to try and half-heartedly push for an objective. Fnatic, they'll be able to keep all towers alive.
Look at Jabs. He throws the scan out, walks up by himself up here, knowing that he's very likely safe when he has a defensive remnant down.
I mean, over towards the mid, they have the bushwhack.
Amar.
They can make the move onto the tide. And with the Vessel taking him down, Amar. Very little he can do. They will be able to crack off some of the debuffs. The blast actually going to miss. Amar might just live this time. Depends if they want to try and dive him. Actually turn towards BZM instead.
Oh, but BZM!
The control, they're in onto the... They've got the burst!
Oh my
Against
goodness.
DJ with his pushbacks at bottom lane. Yuragi taken down by Raven. He's able to get him with the Phantasm, him and John Well taking out that carry morph, and now back over to the mid. They'll continue the dive. Another bushwhack, locking down Amar. 19-1. Fnatic slaughtering OG in this game so far.
I would say this is getting brutal, but I think this has been brutal.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Poor BZM, really, right? Every time, 0-6-1. He shows up, he's like, hey, let me help you, Amar, and then just gets clipped by a chains, and he's just dead from the overwhelming damage. I believe that is the E-Blade done now for Armel. So the one-shots will continue. And they just can't keep up with him, like we've been saying. The speed,
yeah,
430 movement speed. Look at this Jakiro, 350, Enigma 335. They try to make it to the lane where this Coddle is, but by the time they get there, he's already across the map. So difficult for OG to respond. Fnatic have perfectly identified that this game too.
Yeah, completely impossible for Yuragi to turn up until he at least has that Manta done.
Oh,
Still
God.
not quite there.
Yuragi's about to get one-shotted. Okay, he moved.
Oh, of course, for Fnatic, Roshan is up. And they know that they can go for this with very little really to worry about.
They don't even need to commit all their heroes. I think they can do that with just 2 or 3, and Armel can still look to pressure a side lane. He'll show up, though. He'll be like, oh, Jabs, you need some mana. Here you go.
getting all the timings here, Fnatic. We really saw, what they were capable of in Game 2, and now here in Game 3, looking even more scary.
And he finds a Nether Shawl too to boot on Armel. 6% more spell damage on top of everything he already has. Oh, okay. Yuragi will find a Nether Shawl himself to maybe counteract that magic damage if he wants to hold it.
And will be the man to dump for Yuragi. So at least something to give him some sort of chance of getting away from a few of the setups that Fnatic do have in their lineup.
He has a way to protect himself. BZM, though, still under the gun. And jabs with the high fives continues.
Fnatic, they're smoking up to connect over here. They know that OG's trying to push it around this area. Set up again with a bushwhack. There's the ult from DJ, an easy kill on set. DJ showing time after time that he's got this perfect angle. OG getting caught out numerous occasions here by the distance of the bushwhack that DJ is able to throw out.
He's been pretty much perfect on this Mirana and this Hoodwink afterwards. Always seems to be in the right place at the right time to follow up either with the bushwhack or with the break that he's had a couple times on the Tide. It's 20-1, Owen.
Yeah, this is insane. This is sort of the Fnatic that I think a lot of the SEA fans expected to see. They're bringing it out here, their top performance on the main stage. OG, are they able to do anything to stop them? They're down 20-1, 7K lead for Fnatic. OG, they do have, as I said, a strong team fight. Being as far behind as they are, they can't turn this around with anything less than perfection. They have to hit everything. They've got to land these spells. If Fnatic's able to avoid them, resetting the team fights, Fnatic's just going to continue to overrun them.
Armel's just way too much of a nuisance, and now at this point too, Raven is also a huge problem. He's going to have Heart soon. Will they ever even have damage for the CK?
The setup here. They're trying to go for the control, but see that blast there. Tiger and Yuragi getting rolled so low. Over to the side, Raven's just going to commit it with the BKB. BZM will attempt to roll out of this one. He'll get out to the side. Fnatic, they'll turn their attention towards Amar. He'll put the round. Wait forward. They're trying to bust it, but in the bushwhack. He's caught the two of them. DJ locking down Yuragi and Amar. They do still get the kill on the call. Rolling Thunder as well, controlling jabs. OG, they've found two. Maybe they can look for more. Raven, of course, still has the Aegis. OG trying to come in to take him down the ones. Should be able to chase him out and achieve exactly that. They still have the black hole as well, available from Tiger. Raven with the...
He's still holding his ground.
Maybe kill BZM. BZM goes down. The acorn shot from DJ finishes him off. Armel will buy back to make sure that Raven in his second life here will be protected.
It's a wasted buyback right now from Armel.
Yeah, not able to get any further catch. OG, they'll back off. So for the first time this game, we're seeing OG being able to find that sort of fight. A good ravage coming out from Amar that gives the space for Yuragi to get in and actually get some of the work done.
Able to finally get on top of Armel. It's been pretty difficult this game, but the second time now able to. And now they have a pretty big window where if they kill Armel again, then they could potentially have this like 5v4 that turns out quickly.
We'll see here once more. Full commitment onto Amar. As I said, a good read from him. Sure, Raven's got his BKB up, but that ravage clipping both Armel and Jab, setting up for the rest of his team to take down the two cores to start the fight.
Immediate smoke though, Fnatic. They know they're still way stronger than OG. Still just going to keep looking for these kills, especially when Ravage is on cooldown.
Tiger knows. Deep into the trees, keeping his distance away from the catch that Fnatic offers. He's out of here completely. They don't want to try and take a fight at this area of the map, so Fnatic should be able to get the space to take this tier 2. Back on with the push, and they can certainly look for more. Obviously, that last fight, Black Hole wasn't used, so there's still the threat from Tiger absolutely there.
Hard for him to always use it, though. Genwell with a very early Blink Dagger on the tree. He's always going to be holding that ult, either for Rolling Thunder or for that Black Hole.
I mean, Fnatic, they look like they're going to try and get back on with the pressure and push towards the high ground, knowing that there's no Ravage.
Raven is very strong.
Yeah, Full Heart's pretty much going to be on the way soon. Just a few hundred gold and he'll have the booster done. Let's see if OG, can they slow this down?
The Wraith Pact behind Amar will be able to assist.
The Fnatic will pull back for now, look to rectify the state of the other lanes. We'll get Armel down towards the bottom. Raven will head over towards the mid. Just happy in the knowledge that they've sort of forced OG to react, get back to the base. It's opened up the map for Fnatic's cores to continue to farm and keep the advantage.
There's the Heart. He's going to be problematic unless he's inside a Midnight Pulse. Of course, it is only current HP now, but still going to help a lot versus a Heart. And Taiga is close to BKB. Once he has that, only thing he really has to worry about is the tree ult.
They're going to look to smoke up behind BZM.
They got Ravage. Armel, he does not have his BKB yet either, so if they get on top of him, it'll be easy kill if they can.
See what sort of a jump they can find. Yuragi going in aggressive, trying to bait some action. He's in with the slide chains onto Raven. Trying to see if he can poke out a reaction, maybe get that BKB used early.
Raven knows that he can frontline like this. They do not want to commit onto this CK.
Now Fnatic in return, and they're going to smoke up behind their CK. Get ready to react to any kind of jump that OG try.
Seb.
Well, gonna get the rift in. The slide chains onto Seb. Raven trying to head in to get the stun off, but the ice pack will hold him back. BZM's gonna jump forward with the Rolling Thunder. There's the Ravage from Amar. They'll get themselves immediately over towards Armel. They're looking to get this Kotl out of the team fight. BZM and Amar, they've done it. They've taken out Armel. Now OG, they can look towards the next core, to the side. Yuragi beating into Jabs. Jump forward from Tigers, not able to get the control of. Jabs remnants back to safety. OG, they'll continue to push on. They still have the threat of Tiger's Blink Black Hole at the ready. Raven doesn't seem to be too phased by it. Still continues to clear out the mid wave. It's being the 1-for-1, but the bigger loss definitely being that for Fnatic. No Armel mid Kotl for the next minute.
Tiger's got BKB now too. Jabs has got to poke him.
So what he can get out of this. The ult coming through as well, but Tiger's able to dodge it. TP's coming in. Fnatic's got to be a bit careful around here. Jabs, another poke with a slider fist. Ice Path won't catch him. He's out with the Remnant. Jabs and the rest of Fnatic will retreat. They know that OG's more than happy to take a fight in OG's jungle.
Still 40 seconds, Armel. Being so over-leveled and having that buyback being used. Takes a long time.
He's recovering.
He's recovering.
He's closing that gap. The BKB pretty much done on top of the Manta style. So now, no longer an easy target for these cores like the mid Kotl to burst through it.
Signs of life for OG.
And they're closing that net worth. Only a 1K lead now for Fnatic, despite the huge amount of kills they were picking up in this early game. OG finding their footing. Fnatic.
They punished the buyback really nice. Like the reset away, being able to find Armel afterwards, that really slowed down his growth.
I saw both teams going pretty heavy on the smoke movements just now.
Look at that. Look at that dip that happened twice. The buyback, of course, really being the big hurting one, but the follow-up kill. And now, how long for Ravage? 30 seconds. So Armel, he's only been back for a small amount of time, but Ravage is going to be back up very soon. So Armel, it looks like he's got priorities in mind for himself. Finish the BKB so he can at least survive during the Ravage and Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, they're going straight for him every time.
Yeah.
They know that Armel is absolutely the one to remove from each and every team fight.
But he will have it now for the next fight any minute.
Spark of vitality.
So now more pressure really on OG, being able to get that quick jump, maybe trying to get the initial stun off before the BKB is popped, which is not easy to do.
Oh, my BZM.
But with the bushwhack, the ult, beautiful combo again. DJ making sure that Fnatic get back on track and finding these huge core pickoffs.
They saw the swashbuckle. It's not like they have a ward there or anything. They saw the swash from the low ground, so they were able to just get the connection there. DJ with another snipe. Beautiful bushwhacks.
As Fnatic's turn to maybe look for a move whilst the mid of OG is out for nearly a minute.
BKB's done for Armel. Almost an Aghanim's on DJ too, talking about how good his game's been. Another element of burst. And the weakness to provide is also pretty crazy. With Armel, Ethereal Blade plus that, talking about some insane damage numbers versus some squishy heroes.
So yeah, about a minute until the Roshan. Without a doubt, we'll certainly see some sort of fight go down there. It's not going to be easy really for Fnatic, despite the fact they have the lead. As I said, the sort of team fight that OG can provide around enclosed areas is still something for Fnatic to be incredibly aware of.
No wards in the area from either team. And Roche back up in 45 seconds. OG. They're all alive.
They're ready to try and get the jump once again. So last few times, as we've seen, they've been able to get in and get on top of Armel. That is going to be harder now. With Armel having the BKB.
Jabs is also, I believe, about to have his BKB done too. And now Raven has a Shadow Blade, so he can initiate fights as well. But it really is, it's all eyes on if they can catch This pesky old man.
Holding the area around the pit. OG
10 seconds.
very much ready to maybe even start just going for the Roche once it respawns.
OG has the vision down. Raven sneaking in.
He is. He's going to see Yuragi. He's going to get the stun off to start things off. Straight away, Raven's in.
Oh, it's a huge one.
Okay, DJ was able to steal the kill.
It was kind of...
But he pretty much had that on his own there, Raven. Of course, the Shadow Blade just being revealed. They weren't ready for that sort of movement. Buyback is going to come out from Yuragi. As he knows that Fnatic, they're going to try and keep this fight going towards OG. Jabs pushing in far here towards the top, chasing out the supports.
They found Taiga.
They see him staying on top of Seb. He's not going to be able to finish him off. Instead, they'll turn towards Taiga. He was trying to set up from behind in the trees. Fnatic finds him. Looking towards John. Well, they've got the slide chains out onto both of them. Bushwhack's going to miss this time. BZM able to roll forward with the Thunder.
Yuragi bought back for this, and he's getting low already. Does have stick.
I mean, extra pressure really now on OG to secure that Aegis for Yuragi.
Can't commit themselves into the pit, though. DD will spawn. That might help.
Even a mess.
Pass over the bottle here, and we'll have that ready for the next move.
It's just not easy for them to ever walk into a Roche pit versus this lineup. Just way too much spam.
And you got to imagine the next time they will try and be a bit more prepared with the detection, with the sentries down. They won't want to let Raven get away with that sort of easy initiation again as he just steps up. As I said, pretty much on his own, destroys Yuragi.
They have a gem they purchased before, so now Yuragi's actually the one holding it.
Raven was with that kill, still holding the top net worth here. 18k net worth, almost 5k ahead of that of the farmer Yuragi still. This CK, absolutely massive. OG will smoke up still, trying to make moves here around their ultimates. Of course, Yuragi's got to be careful. If slipped up and Fnatic get the jump on him, he's going to be out of the fight for good.
They're going to smoke themselves. They know something's up here.
Smoke dispels. I'm going to suspect either OG being on the high ground or in towards the pit.
Phantasm's used as well.
They've got the high ground vision here, Fnatic. So a good area for them to fight around.
Jabs. He's in.
He's going straight in towards the backlines. He's making the jump all the way over towards Seb.
Gets clipped on ice pad.
Yuragi jumps in. BKB's up though. Jabs is going to be fine. And here's the back. Yuragi gets the BKB off in time, so Raven won't be able to continue to hold him down. Yuragi, with that BKB coming to an end, he's got to run. If they get any sort of further catch onto him, he's going to be in trouble. He'll wait for back up towards Jabs, but there's the E-Blade Blast. He'll put the Manta style, try and continue the retreat. Another slight used here to cut Yuragi down. There's the Ravage, will clip.
They're on Yuragi.
They're focusing on Mel. They're trying to get rid of it, but indeed Yuragi taken out. The Morph gone for 80 seconds. Raven, his BKB will finish. Can the rest of OG clean up the kills? Bushwhack controlling him off now. Raven, he's thinking about getting back in on this. He put the Shadow Blade. He's looking to the side. Gem on the ground at the moment. Seb will pick it up, but Raven's in on top of him. They bring down Seb. A second killer for Fnatic. Both heroes of OG, neither with buybacks available. That was a dieback from Seb. Fnatic, they'll take the team fight. And this should be enough space if they want to be able to head into the Roshan and look to take the Aegis for themselves.
They have to commit everything to kill Armel, but Yuragi's already been chased out so much. He was completely out of mana trying to get out, but just couldn't. Raven getting a bit too big. He's able to just lead the charge and has nothing to worry about. He literally just runs right through all of them.
Yeah, great way to start things here from Jabs. Jabs just getting stuck in and making sure that OG there have to focus or at least look towards this Ember Spirit to start things off. Early BKB usages, meaning that they end up very, very vulnerable. At this point, Yuragi with the BKB used, and now the Manta, he's got nothing else to save him. And Fnatic, they seize that chance to get in, take him down. Great control and grab. Raven holding his own BKB for this later portion. And once more, DJ, he's never missing a hit with these ultimates.
It's flawless this game, 9-0 and 11. Raven, and he'll be able to solo the Roche during this while we watch the entire replay.
Yeah, OG not even going to attempt to try and get over to stop this. This will be a free Roche for Fnatic. So we'll see the Aegis. Raven, probably the Shard as well, right? Yep, he'll take it. So Shard and Aegis now picked up. Raven continuing to just shoot so far ahead of any other core in the game.
It really is the dream for Raven this game, right? He has an Armel Coddle that gets all the attention on him, literally Rolling Thunder and Ravage being committed to kill the Coddle every fight, so he's got free reign to just walk around and do whatever he wants. And Jabs too, have to give credit. Jabs just committing into backlines over and over again, forcing the hand of OG.
And that whole sort of sequence and taking the Roche has absolutely put Fnatic back at that lead that they built up so quickly in this game. That little bit of a turnaround or comeback that OG started to pull off, it's just gone, fallen away from them completely once more. It's Fnatic 29-5, 12k lead. they're ready to start pushing for the high ground.
Yeah, OG only has like small instances where they can potentially look for those fights, as we mentioned a couple times. They need every single ult, and they haven't even been able to get off the black hole in any of these situations, because Taiga just knows it's going to get instant cancel.
Try and set up from the trees here. Raven, the BKB and the Aegis is a tough target to go for. As they begin to poke at him. A little damage being done. Jump forward. He's out to the side. Yuragi's actually going to turn to the CK, pull him back in towards the ice path.
Okay.
Bring him down rather low now. Yuragi has to use that BKB there to survive. Raven with his own BKB will back off. He'll keep that Aegis protected. Make sure that he can maybe back off, lifesteal up, and look to push again with it. But OG, they were able to push him back and not having to commit any of the big ultimates to do so.
They don't even kill the Aegis, though. A good BKB pop from Raven, identifying that they could just back away and keep it for the next fight.
See a smoke from the top half of the map here, Fnatic. Expecting OG to feel comfortable of coming out at the base now that they see the CK down bottom. Because Fnatic, even without Raven, they've got a lot of kill potential already, popping the Eon Disc on Amar. OG, they've got to be so careful about how close they get. You see with Taiga as well, his purchase, he's going all out to try and get this refresher orb done. Couple of rounds with the black hole, maybe exactly what OG need to have a shot at turning another team fight.
Definitely feels like they need as much as possible to deal with Raven. Jabs.
Now BCM, he's going to be able to force the BKB out of Jabs. And Jabs, he's not going to mind that at all. Again, continue to create space here for the rest of his lineup to bring the creep wave around and look to take another tier 2 from OG.
Fnatic doing a good job of dealing with the side lane push. OG is just really trying to shove lanes, and they will probably start losing some heroes out of it. Seb
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
does have backup coming.
Bottom tower has fallen.
See if they can bait in Jabs. His BKB is on cooldown still for 35 seconds. Nice path to set things up. Might run out of options to escape this. He'll try and throw out a remnant, but he hasn't got one down already, so he's not going to get that far away at all. Another slight change from Yuragi. They'll punish Jabs being out and on his own on that top lane push.
Jabs overplaying his hand there a bit. Good catch there from OG, identifying that. The gem was not recovered, though. It was hidden in the trees, so OG was not actually able to take that one away. So the courier, it's going to fly back up. Fnatic trying to be able to recover that gem.
And Jabs being taken out up there does mean that it's very likely that for the remainder of the Aegis on Raven, Fnatic probably won't be able to force the high ground quite yet. As by the time Jabs is back up, the Aegis will be gone from their CK. OG continuing to make these small steps to ensure that Fnatic really struggle in trying to push this game to the next advantage. Yeah, keep the base in very good shape here. The defenses have been strong from OG, and Fnatic struggling to really push to the next opportunity. As OG, the threat of the team fight, definitely showing here as Fnatic will respect it.
50 seconds left on Aegis. Raven. One more round of the Phantasm.
Trying to use that illusion to scout out the position of OG. Make sure that they have a clear read of the setup that OG's trying to get going from the high ground. Macropire's down though, will clear out the illusions and mean once more that they'll keep that tier 3 alive.
Continue to watch OG just keep these lanes attempted to shove out, but Armel immediately to respond. Aegis does get reclaimed in about 20 seconds. But Fnatic have gained themselves quite a decent amount of gold during it anyway, even if they didn't get a fight out of it. Last tier 2.
There it is, refresher online for Taiga.
See what he can do with it.
Does mean that there's no buyback gold on him, so the move that he makes has to be without error.
Satanic also on Yuragi. He's gone full defensive, having to dispel the chains, the roots that are coming out, the spirit vessel, etc. There are so many different things.
Speedy rune of haste.
Fnatic. Imagine, are we going to see them sort of hold back and wait for the next Roche? Do they try and risk an aggressive move towards the base without an Aegis?
They can just wait on these high grounds, keep preventing the farm from OG. Still very easy for them to fight.
OG starting to reach out around the mid lane. Won't find anyone from Fnatic. Fnatic staying grouped up together down bottom. Jabs, he'll join over as well. So the Full lineup, ready to get this push going up towards the base of OG.
They're just going to keep forcing him back. Tower at less than half HP.
Dire's middle tower.
OG not going to find anything in the jungle. Tower continuing to slowly fall.
That's a pretty big pickup. Timeless Relic for Amar. Oh, and a big pickup for Fnatic. They found a leveler, so they needed the push. Gaben has blessed them.
These towers are slowly falling, and ooh,
DJ with the snipe.
Alrighty, that's a dead step here for 50 off the back of that hit that DJ's able to land.
Yuragi. They keep trying to poke and prod, forcing any of these Mantis, BKBs, or Satanics.
It looks like Fnatic, they will wait it out. Look for the next Roche. It's going to be the big one. See if they get that shard or Aghanims. Yeah, OG.
They're thinking
up
about
around the
something.
outpost. Maybe looks and says, take a fight here, but Jabs is already in. Yuragi, he's going to go straight towards Raven. Commits with the BKB. Jabs on top of Tiger. Tiger will put the BKB. Looks to turn and hold him back.
Turn Armel.
The ultimate, he's holding it back for now. Amar locks down Armel, but the BKB's out. Armel looking to run, but they've got the physical. They beat him out through the BKB. Armel falls. Again, the ravages of Amar, making sure that the space is there for OG to get kills out of this. They turn towards Jabs. Jabs out with the Remnant. A BZM was
on top of him.
in position, and now out of mana, nowhere for Jabs to run. OG, a second kill to be found at Fnatic. They're still going to try and keep this fight going. Buybacks are coming out. Raven will get himself into the invis. The bushwhack does catch on to Yuragi. Big burst from DJ.
Amar takes
not enough to kill him. Yuragi will live for now. Jabs continuing to force back the Morphling. Two buybacks from Fnatic. They need to find kills out of this, and they can't afford to lose anything themselves. Raven
4
in with the
seconds.
control onto BZM. BZM gone.
They're lucky to not lose Yuragi too. Amar put himself in front of the snipe from the Hoodwink. Could have potentially lost him too. Aggressive buybacks.
And it's still scary. These buybacks, sure, the Ravage is down, but as we see, Tiger holding back with a potential threat. He still has the 2 black holes ready to go.
They probably really want to try to go for some type of push forward, but yeah, they know about those black holes. Genwell has held his route the entire game waiting for these black holes. I think he's only used it like once, and it was attempted for a Rolling Thunder, and he didn't even get it. But look what he's got queued up. He's like, you're going to go Refresher. I think he's considering going his own Refresher to be able to match Taiga.
Huge mind games between those two players.
Yep.
Johnwell and Tiger trying to get in the heads of one another.
Neither of them want to ult.
Now OG, I know if they can make another sort of move, Armel and Jabs in dangerous spots now for the next 6 minutes.
Armel did pick himself up a defensive item with the buyback though. Did get an A on disc, so looking for something to be able to reset himself away from this big Ravage that's caught him 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah, and then he's got a couple of Ravages ready to go. The Refresh is ready to use on Amar. 30 seconds until he has Ravage up anyway.
Oh, baby.
Fnatic are going to go straight for the Roche. And OG in a position where they're trying to deal with the waves, pushing in towards the base. Unlikely to be able to get out here and do anything about this. So Fnatic, they'll be able to take this. Who are they giving the shard to, do you think?
I mean, they could give. I'm wondering if they give the Aegis even to Armel. It looks like Raven's preparing for it, but without a buyback on Armel.
You probably want to see it on one of the other cores.
Yeah,
but looks like Raven's still going to opt to grab it.
Okay. Raven does also commit his gold. He had 8,000 gold. And he's got a Scotty, and they'll give the Refresher start to the tree. Okay, so
making sure these overgrowths are always going to be available.
I still really think he's considering queuing up the refresher for himself too. As funny as it is, he doesn't even have any mana, but he's got the mangoes prepped just in case.
They may have got the Aegis, but OG, they're going to smoke into Fnatic. Want to try and take this fight, Seb. He's getting pretty low. There's the ult hit from DJ. Shoots Seb down. Jump forward from Amar. He's in with the Ravage onto the 2 of them. BZM's got the follow-up. They're locking down Jabs. Refresher. A second Ravage. Jump again over with the Rolling Thunder. They're locking down the Ember. That's going to be Jabs out for 2 minutes. Amar again doing it with the ultimates. Raven, he's into the invis here. He's trying to run away. Actually turns, but he's caught in the ice path. Raven, he's almost certainly going to go down the one. Amar jumping forward to push back DJ. See if they can take him out a second time. Tiger,
they just dropped the hole.
Over the root side, will put a stop to Johnwell.
Another root.
But there's the second root again. Johnwell doing his best to stop these black holes, but Raven still falls. Johnwell also going down. As OG, they will lose Tiger at the end of it, but he's already done what he needed to, coming in with the black holes, and even with John Well doing his best to stop them, it will still mean that OG, they take the fight.
The
3
mind
dead
games.
now on Fnatic. These teamfight ultimates getting to be too much here for Fnatic, even though they have the advantage.
Mind games versus mind games ends up working out for Taiga in the end here.
See, Seb, he did buy back, so this will be a dead Shakira for 100 seconds. Armel and DJ very quick to punish him. Or Seb felt that the map was safe with only 2 members of Fnatic up. Of course, Armel and DJ show that's absolutely not the case. These two, they will have that solid opportunity to kill anybody that tries to push out alone.
This game is absolutely crazy. It's like they won the fight on OG, but Fnatic, they're going to respawn and perhaps have a window for themselves to maybe do something as well. But having trouble, they're having a lot of trouble trying to get onto Yuragi. They can't get the initiations themselves, they can't kill the targets. Every single time, Amar is getting these Ravages on the perfect targets.
He is. The tide jumps from Amar have been flawless. Each and every one of them, the Ravages, without a doubt, setting up for the opportunity for OG to take these team fights.
And now he's got the 25, so extra stun applied from it too. And we'll have Ravage, double Black Hole back up soon. And as we were talking about Genwell, they're giving him the farm on the Treant. So
they need his refresher.
He's going to have his refresher too, but it takes him a second, because if you look, his mana pool, he cannot cast it. He's actually going to have to buy Mangoes as well on top of it, or Arcane Boots, to be able to cast his double ult.
He's maybe got to rely on Armel buffing him up, but of course Armel normally wants to go for other targets, but as
you can't rely on that. Like, you have to be so quick to be able to like refresh and immediately get the root off. Even there, you saw the delay of like 1 second mattering, because he had to stop, pop Mangoes, jump back in to attempt to stop the Black Hole.
Here we go, fight time from Fnatic. Smoke up and ready. It's still 40 seconds until any sort of Black Hole is going to be available from Tiger. Ravage will be back up, that double Ravage, and of course with that level 25, that increased Ravage stun duration.
They've got a small window though.
In terms of buybacks for OG, just the 2 of them. Pretty much 50-50 on the win probability, and you can absolutely feel that's the case here. Fnatic, they may have the lead, but OG have shown us back-to-back now these 2 team fights. The Fnatic, to sort of get any chance of keeping them even, they're having to use buybacks. Fnatic still in a situation where Armel and Jabs, buybacks on cooldown for 2 minutes. There's the refresher done for Tree.
Look at his mana pool. He's immediately queued up 3 Mangoes.
He's got to get them out.
Because he's not going to be able to use both at all. 4 Mangoes now. He's doing the math. Anybody's game at this point.
And every moment that a fight doesn't occur, OG's going to be happy because now all those ults ready to go again. The double Black Hole, the double Ravage, it's there.
And they're starting to get more and more damage too. Yuragi, as we mentioned, has gone fully defensive with his build. Finally now started.
Gonna see him try and lead in on Yuragi. Start things off with the E-Blade, but jumps in, he's got the jump onto Armel. The EL disc will give some safety for Armel to back off. Yuragi buys back immediately. Tiger stepping forward with the BKB, but not able to find an opportunity to drop a Black Hole. Out to the side, the root, into the Ice Path. They've caught Jabs, they're bursting through him. That's Jabs out for 100. A big kill into more jump forward. There's the Ravage again. They've locked down Raven. They're staying on top of the CK. Tiger,
Black Hole
to the side, but John Well, he's in with the Overgrowth, cancels the first Black Hole. Tiger, positive refresher. He's going to have another one good to go. He's jumping deep. He's looking to try and catch more as the rest of his team have taken out Raven. Raven will buy back. Off to the side, DJ finishes off BZM.
No Black Holes, there's still 1 Black Hole actually remaining.
He's got another one. There is, of course, also another Overgrowth.
The mind games between these 2.
It really is. John Well's been doing an excellent job of making sure each and every time he has been there to stop it, but as we saw in that scenario, still not soon enough to stop them from going down. The Dagons, they're coming out now, Fog.
I think he needs them. I don't think Raven's getting a single attack off in these fights. They're completely controlling him. It's going to be up to DJ and Armel to really carry this one in these team fights.
The combination, of course, between those 2 heroes, it is going to be an insane amount of magical burst.
DJ still has a flawless game so far. 14-0-2.
He couldn't be doing any better here. Fantastic stuff from DJ. Each and every time, even in the fights where Fnatic overall are getting overwhelmed by OG's team fight, he's always there at the side, killing off a core, making sure that even in the fights that OG win, it's very hard for OG to turn that into any sort of map pressure.
OG does have the 3 buybacks ready. The 2 important ones on cooldown for Fnatic. Armel's is about to come back up. Don't think he has gold just yet though. He's short about 1900.
Yeah, the focus is on the 2 carries. Raven and Yuragi. 6 minutes where they've only got 1 life to play with. In terms of the timings for the refresher, 70 seconds until the second black hole will be there for Tiger. He's still got the first ready to hold. We have 40 seconds on the main Ravage, 60 on the refresher for a Mars. And they need about a minute, OG and Fnatic. They don't want to give that to them. Already smoked up Fnatic once more, maybe seeing if they could try their luck in this window where OG won't have a full team fight. OG know they're playing it so careful here, making it so hard for Fnatic to ever catch them in these windows.
Fnatic also just doesn't really have any forms of initiation. Their initiation has been jabs, just BK being remnanting forward, trying to get a grab, and then the CK Raven is just silver edging in.
They're going to come in with the smoke. They're going to jump straight away, but it's onto a Phantasm here for now. They'll look over towards DJ. It's BZM, he's got the lockdown.
They
DJ
found him
falls
finally.
for the first time this game. Immediate buyback from DJ though. A lot of money, of course, due to that kill here. About 1,500 going between them as they take out DJSA for the first time. Instant buyback though. He really didn't want to give up the chance of maybe OG getting a successful fight and looking towards the Roshan, because Roshan could be up pretty soon. Both teams, they need to keep holding around this area.
Full data list now in Yuragi.
We've got to watch for these jumps. The double ults are ready. Amar, he's been completely on point each and every time with his initiation. He's going to try and tease around with Raven. First bit of burst coming out. On disc. It's going to protect him for now. That allow him to walk away as well as he picks up the Invis rune. Might even be able to use this to set up for a Blink Ravage that catches Fnatic off guard.
I was about to say that Raven, well, a bit ago actually before, like Raven needs to get something like a Blink Dagger. This Silver Edge, him walking into the fights is just not working. It's just really setting up for Taiga to get the Black Holes. I think he has to try to be a bit sneakier. He's queuing it up, so he wants to switch up the build a little bit here, just lacking some gold. But you can feel that he needs it. He needs a different outlet to get on top of this Enigma instantly. They can't let Taiga just set up. Every single fight where he's been able to just sit back and get the Black Holes off, Fnatic has lost. Really feels like they have to find him.
And once again, that lead slipping away almost completely for Fnatic. 51 minutes in, we're nearly back to dead even on the net worth.
Radiant are scared.
Off to the side, OG coming in from a bit of a different angle to what we've had from them so far for a bit of time. DJ will get brought out of the area. So if they get the catch, they're going to lead it onto Jabs. First Black Hole straight away. They'll use it to lock down the Ember. They take him out. John tries to get him with the Overgrowth, but it's all too late. They've lost the Ember. Jump ball from Amar. Ravage catches the Treant. He's out for 70. He's not going to be able to get back in to give any chance of stopping any further Black Holes for 70 seconds.
BZM.
In with a slight change. Refresher by Amar, so we'll have the protection of the Aeon Disc once again. They won't commit onto him, Fnatic. Roshan, 20 seconds until we're going to see it back up. So they'll have a bit of a window where they could look to try and take it down without the threat of the Treant being able to put a stop to the Black Holes of Taiga.
They have so many different ults that they can just layer because of these refreshers. Being able to just commit that onto Jabs, force a reaction from Fnatic.
See it again here, quick moves as Taiga, no holding back, and indeed, you know, John, well, he's really doing his best to put a stop to these Black Holes, but at this stage, the damage OG have, mean that any sort of seconds of lockdown, it's enough to kill these heroes.
And now Roche, Yuragi, he's got more than enough damage. They'll be able to get all four.
See if Fnatic want to try anything around the pit. I think it's going to be unlucky. Maybe they'll attempt to get one hero in to look for a steal, but it's going to be hard. OG taking Roshan down very, very fast. They'll jump in with the remnants. They're going to try and go for the commitment, but no, they can't put a stop to this. OG, they get the Roche.
Another refresher shard now. Taiga, he's going to have the two Black Holes, or the third in 80 seconds.
Of course, with that pickup, the gold lead now falling to OG's favor, up 10K.
And now for one of the first competitive games that I get to cast, I get to see an Ags Morphling too. Since it's been changed, of course.
There we go. OG now in a state where they can start to bring the fight over to Fnatic's half of the map.
They're just gonna have too many ults to layer. With a third one on top from Taiga, how does Fnatic deal with this? I really feel like they have to, I don't know, somehow get on top of this Enigma without him being able to just really set up. Raven still hasn't committed that gold yet for his Arcane Blink, but really feeling like they have to go for some type of wild play.
I mean, as we're sort of OG's aim, really. If anybody can find John well, then the counter plays for Fnatic are going to be removed completely. Now, John Well has to be so careful with his positioning. He's still short of having the ability to buy back and get back in. He needs that buyback gold.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So much gold unspent on Fnatic. 7,500 on Armel. 7,000 on Raven.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Quite a lot on OG too. Saving up buybacks and maybe for boots of travel, it looks like.
Still got a fair bit of time with the Aegis on Yuragi, 3 minutes.
Seb has finally got his glory item. He also has a Hex now, further forms of control.
And the fight's now in a position where it's so difficult for Fnatic to be able to outplay OG with the progress that OG's made.
It's gonna have to be some type of massive outplay. This Morphling, totally out of control now with his farm after being given all the space from his teammates.
See around the mid, Fnatic. Very hard for them to start the fight now.
Amar.
They've got to respect OG completely. Blast the side, BZM, he's already starting to get in towards Raven. He'll turn his attention over towards Armel. BKB pop, they're still able to get him with the Abyssal to hold him down. Over to the side, Jabs jumping forward. They try and get the control and burst over towards Yuragi, but they don't land the combo. Yuragi's fine.
Taiga can also freely pop BKB. They try to go for him, but he just BKBs and he's still got another two of them afterwards.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
The tier 2 taken, OG. They can certainly keep this push going. No reason to back off while Yuragi's got this Aegis. Fnatic. For themselves, it's all about just being able to focus in, delete a hero. When it comes to team fight and trying to take the team head on, they just don't have the tools. They'll smoke up here, Fnatic, BZM's in. They get the jump straight away on the Raven. There's the Ravage follow-up. They continue with the lockdown. This DK Tiger's in as well to the side. Malif is in the black hole. He's looking towards Armel, but the overgrowth's there. John Well putting a stop to the first black hole. Tiger using the BKB to get out towards him. They'll take out the tree, and he's got buyback. Has to use it straight away. DJ trying to burst through BZM. E-Blade and the stun coming out. Blast as well. BZM being brought low. Armel is able to finish him. A second round of the blast to take out the Pango. And look towards Yuragi. Blast him back, heading towards Raven. They've fouled the illusions as well. They do kill him off quickly.
Jabs is controlling Taiga in the back too.
See him come back for the second round with the Aegis. BKB off in time to make sure DJ doesn't catch him.
Armel.
Push by combo. They're in onto Armel. Armel, he's got to get back towards the base. Amar jumps in with Ravage, holding back any sort of support that was looking towards Armel. They bring Tiger low, drag back Raven with the Rift. He kills off Tiger. Buyback from the Enigma. Fnatic continuing to push them back. Jabs, he's been caught. They jump in. Yuragi turns in with a slight change. He's taking him down. Jabs out for 2 minutes. No buyback.
And they still do have 2 black holes left and 2 BKBs. Taiga still has it all available. 1 route available for Janwell.
Can Fnatic defend here? 4 versus 5.
It's too many layers.
Of course, Yuragi, with the damage that he has, he'll be tearing through these buildings.
Even a refresher for Yuragi too, why not?
DJ
Taiga.
It's best to set it, but there's Taiga. He's ready to commit in for DJ. Straight in, on top of the hook. They take DJ out. Also down for 2 minutes. He will have buyback in 20 seconds. And the space is there for OG to take the tier 3 bottom.
The Eidolons are taking mid. Mid-rack's about to go down.
So DJ, he'll be back in 10 seconds, but not before this barracks goes down. The bottom rack's taken out, the mid melee as well. It falls. OG getting themselves a serious barracks advantage here.
And they, like we mentioned, they still have another black hole.
There's the
Ravage
buyback
is
for
back
DJ.
up at 60.
You got to watch for Tiger. If he's able to get in with a black hole onto any of these heroes with no buyback, it's almost certainly going to be game.
Yeah, overwhelming amount of team fight. Fnatic cannot handle it. Look at that swing.
They have brought this game back incredibly here, OG. You've got to look back to how tough the early stages of this was. Fnatic completely ruling the first half of this game.
It was 20-1 at one point.
OG kept their cool and around some, as I say, really incredible ravages from Amar. Raven tries to get in on it. And here's the BKB.
Raven can't fight without that BKB.
20 seconds until Jabs is up. OG looking to go for a third set of barracks here. Fnatic, they will likely have the full team up.
Double Ravage back up. 10 seconds for double Ravage.
Get the opening, the burst. Oh,
Yuragi's gone.
There's the burst. They burst through Yuragi. Yuragi, he's going to buy back. He wants to keep this push going. BZM rolls in. out to the side as well. But Fnatic, with that move there, with that incredible amount of magical burst taking Uragi out, they'll hold their top racks for a moment longer.
His TP, I believe, was on cooldown too, so couldn't actually rejoin in.
And this is why you get the Dagons coming out. Armel knowing exactly what needs to be done to punish Uragi when he's going forward to get the damage onto the tower.
How many more are we gonna get? Are we gonna have a little bit of a throwback to a certain game that I think all of us remember? The Dagons to win it? It's a possibility. They have a win condition now because that Morphling doesn't have buyback, but OG in the fight have a huge advantage.
They've just got to land their ultimate.
They just have to hit him.
Amar, he's done it countless times so far this game. See if they can look towards him to find those jumps once more. Jabs. Daring to step forward to clear the waves out. It has to be careful.
10 seconds until our beautiful new neutral items, our tier 5s, about to come up. DD in Uragi's bottle.
Understandable though if OG do hold back. The Roshan potentially up in 30 seconds again.
They're gonna farm up those items. What are they gonna get? Seer Stone. Those are two pretty good ones. Seer Stone for the Enigma is massive. You can cast Black Hole from a mile away.
Yeah, it's gonna be even harder for sort of John Well to find the opportunity to get round with the overgrowth. We'll see the Hex onto Jabs. They will be forced to BKB. It's a bit of a dangerous spot here. Okay, he's got the Remnant at the ready. Jabs poking at OG in a risky position, but he'll get away with it.
Where did they put the Seer Stone? Morphling's carrying it. Okay.
Jabs again, trying to jump in. OG, of course, keeping every lane pushed in towards the base of Fnatic. Roshan, it is up.
And they do pass over the Seer Stone now. So Taiga, he's got Lens and Seer Stone for cast range.
Mirror Shield.
And now they're flying Mirror Shield too. That can be very useful versus those Dagons.
Exactly. You know, sort of the huge part in potentially being the counter to the way that Fnatic have been getting these kills. We'll see who's going to hold it.
It's got to be Uragi.
Yeah, I was going to say, they've got to get it on the Morph, really.
Seb quietly acquiring farm, also a BKB on the Jakiro now too.
There we go. That Mirror Shield really could mess with the way that Fnatic's been able to take down Morph.
Okay, now they get the Ex Machina. They might want to switch things up. They got such good neutral items. And Fnatic, they can't get out to get any. Into Roche, another Aghanims, another Refresher.
Who's going to be taking this?
Give 7 Aghanims. I think he deserves one.
Fnatic will try to smoke out, but they're going to have no chance of getting anywhere near this Roshan. OG take it down far too quickly.
Okay, they give it a Taiga. Fine, more sensible.
I mean, Fnatic's still trying to see if they can get a fight. What's the monster around for the rest of the team? But there's the Ravage onto Jabs. He's still got the BKB. Second Ravage coming into the side as Amar will try and jump forward this time. Fnatic, they're able to keep to the edge of it. The two Ravages won't cause too many issues. Taiga popping the BKB, looking for a black hole opportunity. But Fnatic, they do this time round, bait out some of this attempt from OG to get the jump, and they won't lose anything themselves for Fnatic, so they won't have to worry about those Ravages for a bit of time.
Uragi finds himself a DD, another one. 100% win probability for OG. It really does feel like that too. All these layers of ultimates, they refresh up the tide. I believe they gave him the Refresher Shard. Yes, they did.
Precious bounty.
Yeah, pretty much popped it immediately. Amar making sure he has the Ravage here for the push. Might catch Fnatic by surprise if they didn't see that Refresher Shot being passed over to him.
Fnatic need a blessing somehow.
Uragi, got to get in with the BKB DD, forced out the fortification. BZM rolling in towards the backlines. He's got the setup of the Gleipnir. He's going straight over towards DJ, locking him down with the Abyssal. They'll force DJ out to the side, make sure he can get back to base and keep a safe distance away from BZM. But the barracks being focused down by the illusions. And the rest getting low. Jump forward.
Amar's in.
Amar's in. He's ready to go with the full of skies over towards Jabs, but Jabs BKB and a Remnant out. Jabs will live. But Fnatic, they can't keep their racks alive. OG, they'll clean up the final set of racks.
And Fnatic, Jabs trying to commit.
They're still trying to fight a fight with this, but there's Amar with the Ravage. They'll look to force Armel off to the side. They're trying to get Armel back to safety, but BZM rolls in with the Thunder, the Gleipnir. They've caught Armel. Armel falling down in the game for 2 minutes. Over towards DJ as well. He's out. Both dead. No buyback set. The side. Found himself John Well as well in the tree, and an ice pass down. OG, they get a third triple kill for Uragi. As Fnatic Buybacks on cooldown at the moment. 45 seconds until Armel can return to the fight. DJ out for his entire death timer here. They're pushing on for the game. Raven and Jabs, they'll try their best to hold back on Even Tiger. He's in with the black hole. He gets the jump onto Raven. Raven down and out as well.
GG.
Buyback for him. GG is called. OG will take this game 3.
Oh, and Amar with some ult chat at the end there. LOL, bro, right next time, he says.
They did start it, they LOL'd him. Amar says, right in next time, smiley face. And, well, there we go, OG. What a game, 64 minutes. And what a comeback, folks.
Yeah.
Because the start of this, it looked to be all for now.